How you doing? Thad Michael here, Option First Life, coming at you from Rockland, California. It's a beautiful day outside and we're celebrating my son's birthday here. In a couple hours, they're out doing go-karting and stuff. But I wanted to do a quick little video about cremation versus traditional funeral. What's the cost? What's involved? And this is going to be a short video. It's going to be a very broad brushed view. And if you have any questions, go ahead and hit the link below. You fill out a form. One of my representatives or myself will contact you directly to figure out what your situation, your needs, your wants, and your budget needs and wants, and we'll try to help you out the best we can. First of all, if you like the videos, I put these out a couple times a week. Go ahead and hit that like button. It's somewhere here or even up here. I'm not even sure. Subscribe, hit the little bell notification, share with a friend. This is important because this is important information about cremations, traditional funerals, everything about what it takes to be buried, and how burial insurance can help you. I don't want to talk about the burial insurance end of it. I want to talk about the cost. So cremation, first of all, if you don't know, cremation is the cheapest way to be buried. Well, not buried, but put to rest, I guess is the best way to put that. But a lot of people think it's $600 to $100 to $1,000 and that's it. That's not true. With cremation, there's a lot of underlying costs involved that people don't know about. Granted, you're literally just burning the body, putting it to ashes, and putting it into an urn. Now you can get a super cheap urn with a box that's really inexpensive, and you're looking at $875, $650 at the. I mean, all the research I've done over the last 25 years, that's really pushing it. You can get away with about $1,000, but here's the issue: it's not really $1,000. If you're just doing a cremation, then yeah, maybe it's about $1,000. And you might have that money laying around and you don't need a burial insurance plan. But I can tell you from experience, what was it, 18 years ago, my father passed away, he had a cremation. But we did a funeral. That means there's costs involved. We did a celebration of life. We did an obituary. We put flowers or paid for flowers. There are a lot of underlying things people don't take into consideration when they say, I want a cremation because it's cheap. So what you have to take into consideration is flowers cost money, obituary costs money. If you do a funeral, you have to rent the casket if you're doing an open viewing. So you've got to rent the place or the mortuary or the funeral home or the church, what have you. And then you have the celebration of life. There is cost involved with that stuff. A lot of seniors, a lot of people we talk to don't want any of that cost to be transferred, if you will, to relatives or family and friends. So it does cost money to do a cremation. Now, if you literally say, look, get my ashes, put it in a box, and dump me in a lake or an ocean or a river somewhere, yeah, that's going to be pretty inexpensive, and you can do that. Also consider with any type of final expenses, you have to pack up your home, sometimes pay off bills, and I really say sometimes, it really just depends, and you have to move furniture. Everything has a cost to it. So just keep in mind that it's not just $675, it's going to be more. With my father, 17, 18 years ago, it was $3,400, and that was to do an open viewing, rent the casket, the embalming, and all that stuff that's involved with that was about $3,300. We always recommend, if you're going to do a cremation, get at least a $5,000 burial insurance plan. Because if there's any money left over, and there probably will be, that money is going to stay with your beneficiary tax-free for them to spend as they choose. If you can't afford a $5,000 plan, and the monthly payment on a $5,000 plan or a monthly premium, it's $15 to $27 a month. Now, it could be more, yes, but that's about what it costs. It's not that expensive. Generally speaking, $35 a month is about what you should think about your budget would be for a cremation or for a burial insurance plan that's going to cover your cremation. So that's what we're looking at for a cremation. Hopefully that makes sense. Traditional funeral. Well, what's a traditional funeral? They're going to put you in a casket, dig a 6-foot hole, and put you in a nice casket, and you're going to stay there forever. Hopefully your soul goes somewhere nice, but that costs money. A traditional funeral, generally speaking, runs about $7,800 depending on where you live, but it's about, we always say about $8,000 for a traditional funeral. You got to dig the hole, you've got flowers, you've got the obituary, you've got the casket involved, you've got the covering and the uncovering of the hole. There's a lot of things involved. You've got the tombstone and yada, yada, yada. So figure about $8,000. My rule of thumb is this. If you have a $14,000 insurance plan and you go to the funeral home, they will bury you for 14 grand. They're going to take all your money. The funeral home is not there to help you, unfortunately. I mean, they're there to bury you, but they're in the business to make money. If you go to the funeral home with $8,000, they're going to bury you and it'll be a perfectly fine burial. Yes, some burials will cost more. A lot of it has to do with what you want. You have to think about what you want. On average, $5,000. I will tell you this, if you walk into a funeral home with $6,000 cash, they will bury you, it will be proper, and it'll be fine. Anything less than that, you're really pushing the envelope of it probably not happening, and someone's gonna have to come out of money. $6 grand is the absolute lowest I would possibly go for a traditional funeral. $8 grand is average. But also think about this, if you're 56 or 62, you're probably gonna live to about 82. Is $8,000 going to be enough to cover inflation? It's something you wanna think about. It's something you should talk to us about in what you want to do, and we can also help advise you on what makes the most sense. I also recommend if you're young, go with a $10,000 plan. That's gonna cover inflation. But here's the thing, if you have too much insurance, it's just gonna stay with your beneficiary and they can spend it for whatever they want, putting a grandkid, helping a grandkid go to college, something like that. One thing I will tell you, after 25 years of being in this business, no one ever gives back insurance money, which means you can never have too much insurance. But you also have to be able to do what's affordable on a monthly basis based on the actual cost, or at least what we think the cost is going to be. So you have to think about this methodically just a little bit, but it's not that difficult. So $8,000 on average for a traditional funeral, couple grand for a cremation. We recommend $5,000 for a cremation in the sense of a burial insurance, life insurance plan, whatever you want to call it. $8,000 to $10,000 for a life insurance or burial insurance plan to make sure that all your bases are covered and none of your relatives or families are going to come out of pocket for your final expenses or burial. Okay, hopefully that's helpful. I want to make this as short as possible. If you have any questions on what is the actual cost per month and what are the benefits, like is it going to be an immediate benefit? With us, yes it is. Is there any health exam? No health exam. Are there questions on the application? Yes, but our job, because we work with every single burial insurance company in America, we will find a plan that you can A, qualify for, and B, can afford based on your budget, okay? Hey, hit the link below. Please like it, share it with a friend, subscribe, and if you want any more information, go ahead and hit that link, because that link below will go directly to our website, give you a little bit more information. You may have to fill out a form so that you can contact us. I hope you all have a great day. It's Saturday, and I hope everything goes well for you. Let's get this behind you. Act now, do something, because unfortunately, inevitability is death, and it's also taxes, because we're getting close to that season. Thanks, everyone. Bye now.